Okay, Islam guys. This is Ahmed still out, and today we'll be talking about the Empress. Um, the Empress that had jurisdiction over the Mexam. Okay, in the year of 1786, the Emperor of Morocco had dominion over the United States of America, the States Corporation, and Congress, where and are his subject Moors DNA birthright inheritance never ceased to exist. His Majesty Emperor the America, uh, ruled America. So a brother with his Islamic garments, you know, Islamic wear or whatever, and the throw joint and the hat which symbolize God. Funny, but yeah, that's what it actually says. God, God. Okay, let's start playing these joints. I'm gonna read a little bit, but also I'm gonna put the other joint on. Read alerts.
Notice, the writers for the U.S. have misconstrued, convoluted, and confused the American public with its writings. If you are not savvy and well-versed, you will be fooled by its language. Note, U.S., United States, is not the same as United States of America. The trickery, forgery, and deception runs deep even today. These conspirators are most likely descendants of the gunmen that threatened the forefathers into submission at gunpoint, leading to the 14th and 15th Amendment never being ratified. Therefore never being actual law, it is color of law. Meaning that the people have acquiesced, agreed to these actions for so long that it is considered law under acquiescence. As the majority of the acts of the quasi-governmental agencies, in so-called power, today. Important, this same forgery, misconstrued, deception leads us to believe that all of our ancestors were slaves brought to the Americas and islands on slave ships. Because the slaves during this time were dark in complexion, Asiatic, from the continent of Africa, they felt it'd be easier to just lump all of us into the same category. Because they could not detect who was free and who was not. We, the Aborigine, have a full and vast history of civilizations, technologies, and sciences yet to be tapped into. Emperor of Morocco wrote these words in favor of Moors in the United States of America. We, the indigenous inhabitants, Aborigine Moors. Not a dead U.S. corporation.
Okay, so we stand on the statement of His Majesty, Emperor of Morocco, on behalf of the Moors in the America, 1786 through 1787. In 1836, we, the Aboriginal of the Mexam, derive our proclamation, declaration, charter from the Emperor of Morocco, treaty, peace, and friendships, enmity, and commerce agreement. The treaty is one of the primary authority we stand upon. In the proclamation of the Aboriginal Moors of the Mexam, filed at the Library of Congress, 2007. From the Library of Congress, Act of U.S. Congress in favor of the Moorish in America, Congressional Law for Moors, House Joint Resolution 76. House Joint Resolution number 76 states that Moors keep their El Bey and Ali, the actual nobility titles, their titles. One of the first resolution of the U.S. Continental Congress. The Moor Sundry Act of 1790, the ban of slavery of the black of Morocco. Keep in mind that America, Maroc means Morocco land in the west. History of history. Our teachers never taught. Instead, they lump all dark-skinned inhabitants in the slave category, furthest thing from the truth. In the Library of Congress, following of the Proclamation of Abolition of a Maxim a, is a clause called "Put Our Face Back Where They Belong" under the Aboriginal Restoration Act. A forgotten power in the United States of America, Emperor of Morocco, 1787. Every act of legislation had to be approved by the Emperor of Morocco. So everything they go through must be approved by the Emperor. You know, the guy that we just saying. This guy. So let's go back. He held dominion over these lands through his lineage. Even the Negro Act of 1740 had to be approved by his majesty, as stated in the text. Contrary to popular belief, there were free Negroes in that time of slavery. This act referred to the slaves from Sierra Leone and other part of Africa coming to the United States of America, and I'm not a bad reader. Differential treatment of free Negroes. Our teachers that we rely upon for right knowledge taught us that we all black come to the United States of America slave ships. This is why it is so important for us to do our own research, independent of others with their own hidden agenda. Teach your child the truth about our history, legacy, and power. May 10, 1740, South Carolina enacts the Negro Act of 1740. Posted on May 10, 2015 by on this day in history, South Carolina passed an extensive list of rules regulating slavery. The justification for the legislation is provided at the outset. Whereas in His Majesty plantation in America, slavery had become Moroccan Moors established as their own of land in America. You guys, I'll give you the link so you guys can read on that. But technically, I'm just gonna like the part of the Dominion. U.S. Corporation, quasi-government was not established until 1781, 5 years after the war had been won. The U.S. Constitution was signed September 17th of 1787, 2 months after the Emperor of Morocco gave his approval, granting enmity, commerce, and the Treaty of Peace and Friendship to the U.S. Continental Congress on July 8th, 1787. Proof of this is in the Imperial Books filed at the Library of Congress. As time went on, the new power individual of the U.S. Continental Congress began to abuse their power more and more. More so after the 1950, when the U.S. Corporation was established, referred to whatever. Even until today, they have usurped the provision given to them lawlessly doing as they please. Law enforcement, federal agency, and municipality blatantly killing our Aboriginals Moors dead in the streets with no retribution whatsoever, creating laws to violate us Magna Charter codes and Jim Crow code on law, created jails to wrongfully lock us within. Udice Corporation created usual terms and condition of the lending processes, making it impossible for so-called black outlaws to attain what is entitled to them, as they at the very least a home for their family. Udice Corporation allow our Aboriginal Moors to lay in the street at night homeless. This is our land. The Udice has overstepped their bounds at law. The Udice Corporation has a surprise usurped the right of the Aboriginal Moors of the Mexican consciously. Yeah, I'm not a best reader.
Continuously, the U.S. corporations is occupying the land as holdover tenants with no lawful rights in the United States of America or North, South, and Central Americas at law at all.
Okay. Moroccan Moors are established as the owner of the land in America. A Mexican recorded the first monumental landmarks. First in time is first in line, pursuant to common law ownership claim and rights. More importantly, this fact is biblical. The aforementioned trespassing are in strict violation of the Emperor of Morocco terms and conditions of the occupancy, commerce, and use of the land granted to the Udice Corporation Continental Congress, translated and written in the Emperor's own words in the year of 1787, filed for the record at the Library of Congress, Washington, D.C., United States of America. Well, that's technically it. The site is called Aborigine, ABORIGINE of Amexem, OFAMEXEM.com. So you can check it out. You can read it for yourself. Again, I'm a terrible reader, but I'm doing my best to bring you guys knowledge.